Well, it's certainly a little bit warmer compared to what we've seen the last couple of weeks, but you know what? We're not back in those upper 90s. We're not seeing triple digits. We're just back in those upper 80s, which is relatively normal for this time of year. Now, the lower 90s, that's still a tad above average. But we can be a tad above average. That's okay. All right, we're looking at humidity about 40%. That's because we see a bit more of that cloud cover. Now, notice those southerly winds, though. So staying at about 20 miles an hour, you certainly notice it was a little bit breezy out there today. And you know what? Well, we'll certainly accept it. Now, that breeze coming in from the south is helping to keep temperatures pretty uniform across the entirety of West Texas for today. Check this out. 85 in Alpine, 88 in Fort Stockton, Odessa, Midland, and 90 in Big Spring, 91 in Snyder. Overall, there's just not a big variation. And winds really help to regulate temperatures, both during the night but also during the day. We're seeing some of those gusts picking up here and there, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Maybe some localized blowing dust. I certainly noticed some, at least driving along I-20. And you know what? We're looking at Ozona, about 21 mile per hour gusts, 23 out of Dryden, 28 out of Odessa. Overall, nothing out of the ordinary, and makes it a little bit more bearable to be outside when you have at least a bit of that wind, but you also have a little bit of that heat. We also have a bit of that cloud cover too. Very limited, and I'm not looking at any big rain chances. The only stuff I see, maybe a quick little pop-up shower right in Crockett County heading toward I-10. Beyond that, all right, we can deal with that. That is not an issue whatsoever. Overnight tonight, yeah, we're going to stay above average. Average low this time of year, my head's covering it. It's 65. We're going to be at around 69 for Midland, 70 for Odessa, 72 for Fort Stockton and Pecos. All right, nothing out of the ordinary. We can certainly deal with that. So heading out the door, yeah, 69 degrees. You got that southeasterly flow, about 15 miles an hour. It's going to pick up a little bit by the afternoons, with gusts getting a bit higher than that. Mostly cloudy and about a 20% chance of rain. I'm not looking at anything very widespread. I'm not looking at severe weather. That's going to be good. But here's actually the funny reason for that. There's a cold front just sitting out to our west. It's going to try to push its way in, and then it's very weak, so then it keeps getting pushed back in and out, in and out. So we're just going to see quick little rain chances. Here's what I'm talking about. More so tomorrow afternoon. You start to see a little bit of rain trying to sneak its way in, and maybe makes it, and then it dies. Okay. Then what about Wednesday? Wednesday, the front itself makes a little bit more progress. You start to see it forming right along the Stockton Plateau. It actually pushes its way maybe just north of Big Spring, and then that's about it. So your weather pattern, watch this. Again, you have this system. It's kind of hanging out here. That's when it's going to try. It's going to try. It's not really making it. That's just what we're kind of in between right now. So the next 7 days, pretty average temperatures, slightly above average temperatures. Some small rain chances thrown in here and there. Nothing too drastic. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Jolena?
Although I would like to see the 80s return, but I can deal with it. All right, coming up after